Spicy. Well, hello. It might have been because I didn't really get to take any people photos last week. I got to do a lot of nature related things instead. For the last few days, I was really craving photos of people. People eating, walking, talking to each other. While I was thinking about all the places I can go to for those photos, I remembered this picture. I was in the fashion district looking for buttons for a project I did, and I remembered really enjoying the late afternoon sunlight you get in the summer. Thinking about that, I knew I wanted to go back there around the same time, which was around 4 or 5 p.m. And there was also a new coffee shop I wanted to try out, so I thought, why not take some photos there as well? But as we all know, I sometimes have a hard time taking photos at a new place, especially if it's an indoor space like a coffee shop. So we'll go through the photos, talk about what I wanted, what I got, and what I did not get. The biggest thing about going to a new place and taking photos is that I don't know what to expect when I get there. This has been a common issue whenever I go to a new coffee shop, but thinking about all the different coffee shop photos that I took, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to get. I wanted to get some photos of baristas making drinks, customers interacting with each other, the indoor space / atmosphere in general, and lastly, some little details of the place such as their coasters. As soon as I got there, I thought, it might be a little hard to get all the photos that I really wanted to today because the place was already crowded at 8 in the morning and I didn't really want to get in anyone's way, especially that early in the morning. This picture gave me an idea for the future. I saw this on Instagram where the photographer took photos of their friend's kitchen and showcased the images. The fascinating thing is, it's similar to Vogue's What's in My Bag video series, where each person or celebrity showcases what they have in their bag. And by looking at what they have in their bag, whether something is a product placement or not, you get to have an idea of who this person is. And it's similar to the kitchen photos. Does this person have a lot of exotic plates? No dishware at all? Do they have a lot of plates by the kitchen window? Do they have a lot of dirty dishes piled up? Do they have a fancy coffee setup? Through those things, it may not be accurate, but you're kind of able to get an idea of who that person is. And that's what this photo gave me an idea of. The lady I was sharing my table with, the moment she sat down, she took out her book, AirPods, her phone, and started working on her laptop. No, I'm not going to psychoanalyze everyone based on how they place their belongings, what they take out, what they do with them, but seeing that people have different things on the table, I thought this would be a fun way to showcase people without showing their faces. Not gonna lie, because I didn't get all the photos I wanted at the coffee shop, I wanted to find a different way to photograph people. And that different way was framing. So here's an example. While I was going up the escalator, I saw this scene. My immediate thought, I gotta capture someone walking on that bridge. You might recognize this place from one of my old videos. I remember wishing for more photos here, so I thought, why not go there and try to get some people photos and frame them in between structures? Well, here's an example. the light in front of us, if there was a person walking across the frame, that would have been a really cool picture because you're able to see the upper half of the person walking due to the light that's hitting them perfectly. I waited a few minutes, but nobody showed up, so I decided to move on to my next spot. Now we're going to the fashion district, and something interesting happened while I was there. There was a photo, it's a little explicit, I would say. It contains a lot of mannequins wearing lingerie. And I stood in front of the mannequins for a little bit because I wanted to get a photo of someone walking by them, glancing at them, kind of giving the whole side-eye thing, as if they're aware that the mannequins are there, but they didn't want to fully look at them, or they didn't want to get caught looking at them. I stayed there for about 3 minutes, and the store owner came out with a walkie-talkie talking to security saying, there's a lady here wearing a black shirt, black shorts, and she's taking a picture of all these mannequins in underwear. Please come get her. The reason for the photos I wanted to take was to really capture someone's uncomfortable curiosity, not because I wanted to take some sneaky, salacious pictures. But I guess the store owner had a lot of people just stand there and take pictures of her products. I thought, whoa, let me just walk away from here because that's not what I was doing. I don't want to get in trouble. So this part of the video was already off to an interesting start. And with that being said, my confidence level didn't go down any lower, but I was hyper aware of all the people around me and whether they were looking at me or not with my camera. In the video, you might have noticed that he was sitting down. I took some photos while I was walking in front of him, but unfortunately the photos came out blurry, so I had to walk back and try to get new photos of him. By the time I got to him the second time, he stood up, but it still works. Did I get to fully fulfill my wish of taking photos of people? Not really, but as I was going through the photos and talking about them, I did get some new ideas and some old ones that I haven't visited in a long time. So next week, I'll see you again with new photos, and until then, I hope you get to go outside and take a lot of cool pictures. Alright, I need a proper outro. Say hi!